News just coming in from Pakistan, where the authorities there have not let Pashtun leader Manzoor Pashteen fly to Islamabad. He was reportedly stopped at the Islamabad airport, and some unconfirmed reports suggesting that a PIA flight was also not wasn't allowed to take off from the airport. Mohammed Saleh now joining us from the WION newsroom. Saleh, this is the same leader who had been giving the security establishment a lot of nightmares by the movement that he's leading, protest movement.
That's exactly correct, Amitabh. Now, this is not a one-off sort of a case. This is, something that has been happening for the last several weeks and months. Now, Manzoor Pashteen is he's an under-30 leader who's in fact leading a Pashtun movement against the Pakistani establishment, effectively saying that, look, the Pakistani establishment, when it operates, especially towards its northwestern frontier in areas such as Balochistan, such as Fatah, that is the federally administered tribal area, it has to adhere to human rights. Now, over the course of the last few months, what the Pashtuns, who comprise almost about 15% of the Pakistani population, are stating is that the Pakistani army has been repeatedly violating human rights. They're saying that, look, there are extrajudicial killings that are taking place now. There are abductions that are happening, which the Pakistani government is in fact not explaining. Now, Manzoor Pashteen is someone who is being watched very closely by the Pakistani establishment, and this particular incident is yet another instance where he wanted to fly out of the Islamabad airport. We are given to understand that he required a permit from the GHQ, that is the army headquarters, for him to even move internally within Pakistan, which he did not have at the time when he was at the Islamabad airport, and that is the reason why he was not allowed to board a flight and fly out of Islamabad. So this is yet another instance. It's a pretty, not an isolated situation. This is a recurrent sort of a theme that we witness in Pakistan, where some of these leaders who have spoken out against the Pakistani establishment are harassed on a pretty much day-to-day basis.
Saleh, and we've been seeing he does seem to have considerable support, at least of the protest rallies that he's been holding.
That's exactly correct. Now, this was something that was very surprising for the Pakistani establishment. This young under-30 leader, he's leading a movement. He's the chairman of a Pashtun movement called the Pashtun Tahaffuz movement, which essentially translates as Pashtun protection movement, where, he's saying, look, the Pakistani establishment has to be made accountable for the operations that they are carrying out. Now, under the garb of fighting terror, under the garb of fighting putting down unrest in these regions of Balochistan and Fatah, that is the federally administered tribal regions, the Pakistan establishment, he says, has been taking way too much license in carrying out activities which would clearly be described as human rights violations anywhere else in the world. And this, of course, is a leader who's held massive rallies over the course of the last few weeks and months. And the Pakistani establishment, of course, has got him very, very clearly under their radar and are tracking pretty much every movement of his.
Mohammed Saleh reporting from the WION newsroom.